Hello, this is Develop 34 and we need to talk about Lunar New Year. Yeah, Lunar New Year is a celebration, guys. Lunar New Year's tradition and superstitions explained. Okay, the holiday is about luck, health, and reuniting with family. Yeah. When people talk about the holiday season in the US, they typically refer to that period between Thanksgiving dinner and New Year's Day. But shortly after that, another massive holiday brings friends and family together in several Asian countries, with concurrent parties that carry on the traditional state side. The Lunar New Year, most commonly associated with the Chinese New Year's of Spring Festival, typically falls sometimes between January 21 and February 20 annually. Lunar New Year 2021 is on February 12, and in the terms of the Chinese zodiac animals, it's the year of the ox. So this year is year of the ox. Related story. It's called the Lunar New Year because it marks the first new moon of the lunisolar calendars traditional to many East Asian countries including China, South Korea, and Vietnam, which are regulated by the cycles of the moon and sun. As the New York Times explains, a solar year, the time it takes Earth to orbit the sun, lasts around 365 days, while a lunar year, or 12 full cycles of the moon, is roughly 354 days, as which the Jewish LUNISOLAR calendars, a month is still defined by the moon. But an extra month is added periodically to stay close to the solar year. This is why the new year falls on the different day between that once a long window each year. In China, the 15-day celebration kicks off New Year's Eve with a family fest called a reunion dinner full of traditional Lunar New Year's foods, and typically ends with the Lantern Festival. It's really a time for new beginning and family gathering, says Nancy Yu Mashbach, president of New York City Museum of Chinese and American. Three overarching themes, she says, are fortune, happiness, and health. Here's what to know about Lunar New Year's traditionals and what more than 1.5 billion people do to celebrate it. Lunar New Year isn't exactly the same as Chinese New Year. The Lunar New Year isn't only observed in China. It's celebrated across several countries and other territories in Asia, including South Korea and Singapore. In Vietnam, Lunar New Year is known as Tet, and in Tibet it's Lusar. In the US, though it's most commonly associated with that often called Chinese New Year, the American version of China's 15-day-long festival. It's been popularized because the largest segment of the Asian American population in the United States is Chinese. It's kind of like that old French jokes in China. They just called it food in Chinese. It's just the New Year. But in America, she says, where the holiday is mainly experienced in the Chinatown of various cities. We just made it Chinese New Year in Mashbach experience, while Lunar New Year is the more expensive and exclusive and accurate terms as it applies to the holiday worldwide, Celebrating is not as popular with some of those immigrants groups in America, uh, as it's also become popular with people of all nationalities who visit Chinatown to eat and watch the parade performance. It's sort of like our stake in the country, if you will, and that's really a pride point. Lunar New Year is also called Spring Festivals. That name was popularized after Communist Party leader Mao Zedong took power in China in 1949. The term was coined before the communists, but it was called extensively by the party to replace the New Year because they tried to get rid of anything that's old. All of the superstition and religion, including the celebration, says Qian Long Ko, chief and author of Phoenix clothes and jade trees, essential techniques of authentic Chinese cooking. During the Cultural Revolution from 1966 to the year Mao died in 1976, the traditional lion and dragon dances were also a point of contention according to the history.com. Nowadays, Ko explained in mainland China, almost everybody refers to the New Year's as a spring festival, but if you're in Hong Kong, Taiwan, or anywhere else in most of the Chinese diaspora, they're still calling it New Year. Spring festivals a 7 days vacation in China. There is a week-long holiday in the People's Republic of China during Spring Festival in 2021. The public holiday is February 11 to 17. Ahead of that holiday comes a bustling travel period known as Chonyun, in which millions of people trek home by plane, train, and automobile to celebrate the New Year with their extended family. Chinese New Year deemed Chonyun the largest human migration on the planet, ahead of the Lunar New Year in January 2020, projecting that 3 billion trips will be made. I tell people who wants to visit Asia in general, avoid Chinese New Year because you won't be able to get anywhere like cold. Lunar New Year traditional include the dragon dance and the distribution of red envelopes filled with money. When you walk around Chinatown, if you're not familiar with the layer of meaning in this festival, you may miss them. Upside down full characters on Chinese New Year will commonly see a calligraphic character on a square of red paper hung in a diamond shape. The character Fu, which means good luck, is hung upside down for Lunar New Year. The word to arrive or to begin is homophone for the world of upside down. Through this bit of pictorial wordplay, the symbol effectively means that good luck is arriving or pouring down on you. Red bucket full of money known as leche in Vietnam or hong bao in Mandarin. In China, they're traditionally gifted from an elder or parents to children, or really anyone who's unmarried. It's really fun because even if your brother is 40 and he's unmarried, he still get red envelopes The costume arose out of the traditional of using coins as a gift to war of evil spirit. It's an occasion for kids to have a little fun when asking for an envelope too. When asking, you have to say things like Sen Mian Kuaila or Happy New Year or Gong Se Pachai, which means make money in the new year, but it's kind of has a rim. You'll say Gong Se Pachai Hong Bao Nalai. This translates to make a lot of money in the new year. Now give me my red envelope. Even when it's awful, still easier than Firecrackers and fireworks are often set off throughout Lunar New Year, both toward of an unsensed monster called Nia. And because it's become a raucous way to celebrate, it's common to see families shooting off the equally visible and non-fairy confit common on the street of U.S. Chinatowns on New Year's Day. The lion dance and dragon dance, traditional dance and gymnastic performance are an exciting part of a Lunar New Year parade. A lion dance typically features two performers inside the costume operating as the creature's front and back legs. It's supposed to send away any evil spirit. It's an opportunity to feed the lion with the red envelope. Wow! The dragon dance features visible puppeteers holding poles as they make the dragon move in a flowing motion. While these two dances are among the best known, Chinese is a very diverse country with many different practices. She continues. The fan dance, the phoenix dance, the lion dance, those are all provincial experts pieces. Tubas and superstition attract good luck on Lunar New Year. Again, attracting and carrying over good fortune into the new year is a major theme of the holiday, and so it's protecting against bad fortune. With that comes a lot of superstitious practice. There are lots of little things you are supposed to do and not to do, they explain. You're not supposed to cry and you're not supposed to argue. Only talk about good, happy things. This will set the